Hello, my name is Stacy and welcome to Operation Gratitude's FOB. Today we are going to show you how to stuff a battalion buddy, and these little bears go out to the children of our deployed troops. We are going to bring these bears to life to where they are nice, soft, and cuddly. So the most important thing to do first is to open your stuffing, because this will double if not triple in size. And we really don't want it to expand inside your bear. I'm going to show you one of our little guys that has some muscles, because obviously he was bench pressing some of his friends. These bears were stuffed without the stuffing being expanded. So I'm going to pull out the stuffing that's in his arm. So this wad of stuffing was in his arm, and this really could stuff two arms. So we really want to make sure that we have expanded the stuffing for 24 to 48 hours so they don't expand inside the bear and split the seams. So we're going to start with the bear skin. So what's going to happen is the back of these bears, no sewing involved, have a VELCRO strip. So you're going to open the VELCRO, and inside these bears is a little jacket and a tag, which we're going to use at the very end of our bear stuffing. Okay, so we're going to put those aside, and what you're going to do is you're going to take this VELCRO, it's a little scratchy, want to make sure that we flip this over onto the fur. That way we don't get it stuck inside the bear. So the first thing we're going to do is stuff the head. So I don't want you to worry too much about the nose just yet. We want to make sure that his head is nice and fluffy. So we're going to take some stuffing, push that up in there, and if you see clumps of stuffing, you want to spread it out. The most challenging part of stuffing a bear is putting stuffing in his nose. So what you're going to do is we want to have a ball of stuffing bigger than your hand, and then you are going to wad it up into your fist, and then we are going to stick our hand inside the bear. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure you're going against the skin. So my hand inside is like this with the stuffing inside, and the back of my hand is touching the stuffing in his head. This is important because if you're going through the stuffing in the head, it's going to retract back once you get the stuffing in that nose. So as I got to his cheek, I'm now going to use my two fingers and I'm going to push this up in his snout. So as you see, as I'm pushing, his snout goes up. So that's where you know you've gotten it to the tip of his nose. So inside, my fingers are going to be split into two, so I can grab the nose in between my two fingers and pull out my hand. That way the stuffing is not retracting back with my hand. So now we've got a little bit of a stiffer nose and a squishy head. Okay, so now the head is complete. Your head should really be in the shape of a triangle. Okay, so that's how you know you've got that right amount of stuffing in there. Then you're going to do, I always talk about head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So the next thing is the arms. So we want to make sure we take your two fingers. You're putting a ball and stuffing in his arm, and with my two fingers, I can't get to the top of his tippy toes. So I'm going to pull this down over my two fingers, and then I'm going to pull it up to where we have nice squishy paws. So I'm going to add a little bit more just to make sure that I have it all the way throughout his arm, and it's nice and soft. Okay, so then you move to the other arm. Again, same method, two fingers, pushing it up to the tippy toes and then pulling it out. So that way we make sure that he's got everything all the way up to the top. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move to the feet. So obviously the legs are a little bit longer than the arms. So we are going to push, I actually have 4 of my fingers in here. You're going to push it to the tip of his toes. My fingers are actually right here now because I've pulled it down. So I'm pushing that ball of stuffing into his foot. And then next I'm going to just fill up the rest of his leg. And if you find clumps, you want to definitely break them up as you go in, because we don't want him to have bumpy, lumpy legs. So you might notice as you're stuffing your bear, you might find a damage. Keep stuffing, because we've got registered bear nurses all set and ready to go once these arrive at our FOB. Okay, and so now I'm going to move to the other leg. So really you're just filling his arms and his legs, and then we are going to stuff his stomach and the rest of the insides. Okay, so obviously we've got enough stuffing in here because they stand up on their own. Now we need to kind of make them come to life. So we are going to first give him something to sit on. So we are going to take a ball of stuffing, and I am going to push this up to where I'm going to give him a little seat. So he's going to have a little seat here, and then we're going to flip him around, and I want to fill up the rest of his stomach. So again, breaking up the material before I stick this in. So we want to make sure he has enough stuffing in his neck to where he doesn't really move too much. Get the little joints and one little bit of stuffing. And the final touch that we want to do is we're going to grab the outside of the stomach, grab the inside, and we're going to give it a quick pull. So we want to really make sure he has a little pop belly. Okay, so we're ready to seal the bear. You should be able to flip your Velcro off the skin. If you don't see a Velcro, you have to get it unstuck from inside. So once you have your Velcro, you are going to seal it with the other side. Okay, now we're going to add the jacket. So the jacket, you want to be on the lookout for any little wears and tears just in case. We're going to put this jacket on. We are going to seal him up. Very easy, Velcro, so nice to have. And we're going to put this around his neck like a tie. So that is the final touch. We are going to put this around and under his collar. And you have now completed your Battalion Buddy. So thanks for volunteering and supporting Operation Gratitude.